Hi, welcome to the fifth in the series of user guide videos for Dronedesk. In this video, I'll talk about managing locations. So in the system, locations are kept separate from clients, and the reason for that is fairly simple, in that you may need to reuse a location, say a hotel, for example, for more than one client. So it makes sense to keep those separate. So let's click into location. We can see that we don't have any set up at the minute for Bob's Drones. Hopefully the interface is familiar to you by now. So table with number of records at the bottom, the option to show archived records at bottom right, and the search facility top right. So let's add a new location. And again, if you recall, anything with an asterisk is a required field. Anything with a dagger must be unique in the system for your business. So in this case, the location name, which can be anything you like, has to be unique. So let's enter random location. Street address, city, you don't need to worry about if you don't want to. And then we come to creating the location. There are three methods. The first is to enter a postcode and then pinpoint the location within that postcode. The second is to use a what three words address. If you haven't come across what three words yet, I strongly recommend that you have a look at their website. It is an amazing initiative in which they've overlaid the earth with a grid of 3 meter by 3 meter squares. And each one of those squares is addressed by virtue of three simple words. What that effectively means is that you can pinpoint any location on the earth just with three words. It's ideal, I think, for drone operations because it removes any ambiguity whatsoever over location. And I strongly recommend that you adopt the use of what three words as a locating device. And then the third and final approach is just to zoom and click on the map for the location that you're interested in. So let's use that as the first approach. Let's zoom in. Where should we go? Let's go randomly. Place called Ebrington. We'll go in the churchyard. So now I've zoomed in. If I double click on that map, an icon will appear. You'll notice that the what three words addresses appeared. The lat and long have been populated, the grid refs have been populated, and the elevation for that specific location. The system will attempt to look up a postcode, but if it can't find one, it doesn't matter. It's not necessary because we're confident we've got the right location with the what three words. Okay, and then click Save New Location, close that, and our record appears. So let's add one now by postcode. Let's add a random postcode. And what happens when you enter a postcode is that the map will zoom in on that postcode area, and then the idea is that you double click again to specify the exact location within that postcode area that you're going to be working. So let's double click there, icon appears, fields get filled in, and you're good to go. Save that location. And let's add one more using a what three words address. There is a link provided which will take you to the what three words map, and you can use that to identify the location. So there's Daring Lion Chase, it's Charing Cross, central London. Interestingly, if just a bit of trivia, Charing Cross station is the point at which all road measurements are made when you see signposts to London. So where you see a signpost that says London 120 miles, it means there's 120 miles to Charing Cross station. It's nothing if not educational. Okay, so let's jump back to Dronedesk. So I've entered Daring Lion Race. It's this time been successful in identifying a postcode. We've got the lat and long and the grid reference and the elevation for that location. So we'll save that and close. And there we are. We now have our three locations. One's without a postcode, but not to worry. We haven't bothered entering the city, but we can do that at any point. Let's go back into that one, for example. London. Okay. And again, on the right-hand side, the familiar options: view, edit, archive, and delete, which I've covered in previous videos. And in a similar way to the client's window, there is a new job option there, which takes you to the job page and the create new job record, which I'll cover in a later video. So we'll close that. Back to locations. If you need to edit a location, you can do that quite simply. So for example, if the church has suddenly objected and you're now going to launch from the Ebrington Arms, double click on there, everything will get updated and save your changes. Okay, so that's it for locations. Hopefully a very simple approach to pinpointing addresses that you're going to be working at. In the next video, I'll skip jobs and we'll jump to managing team members. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.